Welcome to this presentation of Williams Athletics.
Flipped over to Teal. Teal along the baseline.
Over the left center field fence, and it's 1-0.
On the Northeast Sports Network.
Cooperation by supporting the participants.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to Williamson Field here at Williams College. It's time for Eves Field Hockey here on NSN. As tonight, the Hamilton Continentals in town out of Clinton, New York, to take on your Williams College Eves. Alongside Angela Vecchiarelli and Martin Philly and our producer and cameraman, I'm John Lawrence. Good to have you along here on this Tuesday night. A little warm, a little muggy, but a good night for field hockey as the rain not expected to come in till later on tonight, maybe around 11 or so. But getting set for what should be a good matchup here between these two teams. They've kind of traded wins off and on the last number of years. And since 2009, the Eves all-time 7-3 against this Hamilton Continental squad. And last year out in Clinton, New York, the Eves dropping one to Hamilton 3-2. But the Eves have dropped very few this year, just one so far, Angela, and they've been great so far.
I'm really excited about this game, especially because Hamilton's roster is almost as big as Williams. We've been seeing so many teams that have barely any players compared to Williams, which has a million players right on the bench ready to go in. But Hamilton almost matches that, which is really exciting.
And the Eves have been tremendous as far as getting players named NESCAC Player of the Week. Last week, it was the Eves' Claire Fitzpatrick, and this past week, actually 2 weeks ago, it was Claire Fitzpatrick. This past week, it was Emma Tickner from the Eves. Tickner scoring 6 goals in 3 games with at least 1 goal in each game as Williams pushed its win streak to 7 games. They had a 3-0 week that included conference wins over Amherst, Conn College. She scored the first 2 goals in a 6-0 win over Springfield, added a goal and an assist in a 4-1 win against the Mammoths, and notched a hat trick in a 5-1 victory over the Camels. So it's always a great week when you can beat your rival Amherst.
Yeah, and also just Emma Tickner and Claire Fitzpatrick, both really tall, skinny, athletic girls who just seem to be everywhere. They're really great attackers, and I'm excited to see what they do today.
Eves are 7-1 overall, 4-1 in league play, coming off their second consecutive 12-5 season. And the Eves extending that winning streak, as we mentioned, to 7 games with a 5-1 win over Conn College on Sunday. Emma Tickner got the hat trick, again named NESCAC Player of the Week. Tickner leads the conference. She's got 9 goals and 21 points, and she's the second consecutive Eve to be named Player of the Week. And Claire Fitzpatrick the week before, as we're set to go. The Eves in their home purple with the yellow numerals, and Hamilton in their traveling whites with the blue numerals. As back in her own end, trying to work it up here for the Eves. Number 18, Kate Gregory, who gets the start here for head coach Alex Barral, who's in her 20th year here for the Eves. Hamilton with a relatively new coach, Melissa Mariano, who is now in her 2nd season. Hamilton at 3-4 overall, 1-3 in league play. They just dropped a 3-2 decision against Colby on Saturday in overtime. And junior Maddie Beitler has 3 goals in the last 2 games. She leads Hamilton with 14 points. Kira Wax with a pass there, and just missed by Madison Sackheim, the sophomore out of Hamden, Connecticut. And the Eves will restart it here along the near side with the sophomore Kate Gregory. Gregory, who's from Andover, Massachusetts. That pass for Simone Veal just missed and goes out of play. It'll be a restart here for the Hamilton Continentals. Eves started off their year with a 2-1 loss to Tufts, but it's been all wins since then, as they've gotten wins against Wesleyan, Smith, Trinity, St. John Fisher. Big win against Springfield, 6-0 victory, and then conference wins versus Conn College and Amherst. And a couple of more NESCAC games here coming up tonight, and also this Saturday versus Colby. As Hamilton pressing the attack here, Lizzie Clark got it over to Michaela Jatari, the senior out of Warwick, Rhode Island. And that play whistled down here against Hamilton, so the Eves will restart it here with Kate Gregory. Lifted ahead by Gregory, knocked down though by Madison Sackheim, and regathered here by the NESCAC Player of the Week last week, Emma Tickner here for the Eves. Tickner with a nice pass, goes off Fitzpatrick's stick, and kicked right out of there by Hamilton goaltender Maggie Revel, who is from Stamford, Connecticut.
Yeah, Emma just put a little too much juice on that pass, it looks like.
Maggie Revel's gotten the majority of the playing time. She's 3-4 with 1 shutout. Has a 2.12 goals against average. Has made 39 saves so far and a 72% save percentage here so far for Revel. That pass knocked down here by the Eves as the pass intended for Isabel Perry, and touched out of play there by Hamilton's Madison Sackheim. And Isabel Perry will get it back working here for the Eves. Across the way to Claire Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick getting into the shooting circle there. Tickner trying to chase it down, goes out of play, and this will be a penalty corner here, or rather not a penalty corner, placed up top here for the restart here for the Eves, as Isabel Perry will get it into the shooting circle. Try to feather a pass over to Fitzpatrick. Now we'll have that penalty corner. So just jump the gun just a little bit.
Yeah.
And this will be the first of the game here for either team. Other games tonight, Tufts at Wesleyan. That was a 6 o'clock start time. Babson at Bates in a non-conference matchup. That a 7 o'clock start time. And here's the setup on the penalty corner here for the Eves. Simone Veal trying to settle it down here for Williams. Pass over to Elizabeth Welch, and Welch will chase it down before it gets out of bounds. And bounces that off of a Hamilton player and out of play, so it'll be taken up top here by the Eves. Simone Veal is a junior out of Wilmington, Delaware. Try to penetrate the shooting circle there, and that time Jatari there for Hamilton getting knocked down, and they'll restart it just shy of midfield. Eves with so many great weapons on offense. We mentioned Emma Tickner, who leads the team with 21 points. You've also got Claire Fitzpatrick with 5 goals and 3 assists for 13 points. And Emily Batchelor, the first year, she's been pretty dangerous. 4 goals and 3 assists.
Yeah, Alex Sproul's really good at getting her younger players in there, getting them experience. And she's been pretty lucky with a lot of her younger players really stepping up. You can also see often Simone Veal and Isabel Perry seem to be everywhere in the middle of the field, especially getting the ball back on the offensive end.
Simone Veal with a real good game against Springfield in that 6-0 victory. Had a couple of assists. Also had an assist in a game we did here at Williamson Field against St. John Fisher. And got a helper in that one too, as that bounces over Tickner's stick. Chasing it down, Claire Fitzpatrick along with Tickner, and play whistle down here against the Eves. Catherine Crane, the junior out of Woodbine, Maryland. We'll start it back up here for Hamilton. Centered through the middle as it goes off the stick of Maura Holden, who's in her first year. She's from Hingham, Massachusetts. Stripped away nicely there by Isabel Perry here for the Eves. Now to Fitzpatrick. Trying to get it through. Kiera Waxon does. Tries to get a shot through, and that is stopped, and we'll have another penalty corner here. Second of the game for the Eves.
It's really important once you try to get that scoring opportunity, it doesn't work out, to try to get the ball into their feet or have them try to force some sort of foul in the circle so you can get a corner in that second chance for a goal.
And the first year, Emily Batchelor, who's from Sherborne, Massachusetts, got her first varsity point at Wesleyan for the Eves. And she will set up this penalty corner. Simone Veal with a shot. And a nice stop there is coming out to cut down the angle for Hamilton was Maggie Revel. And Hamilton will get it back here. Mentioned Maggie Revel at one end. Abby Lloyd, the senior goalkeeper, off to our left here for the Eves. And for Abby this year, a record of 7-1 with 1 shutout, a .7 goals against average. She's made 11 saves and a .688 save percentage so far. And you can really sense some great things happening for this Eve team after they were able to beat the eventual national champions in the Middlebury Panthers here at home last year, and that was a huge win for this team.
Oh, yeah, and I love watching them play out-of-conference teams, too, to get ready for those games. It's really great that they play so many out-of-conference teams in the beginning of the season just to get that warm-up in so that once they get to NESCAC play, they're ready.
And some of those non-conference teams included Smith and St. John Fisher and Springfield. Played those non-conference matchups 2 out of 3 games in a stretch of about a week and a half. As Michaela Jatari and they will give Hamilton their first penalty corner here. Looked like initially they were not going to, but now they do. Here is Sarah Pierpoint will set it up. Mentioned Michaela Jatari, who's one of the players that the East have to watch out for. 2 goals and 3 assists for 7 points. Maddie Beitler, also a dangerous player. She is leading the team with 14 on 7 goals. Simone Veal back for it. Touched away there by Kat Donahue, and the Eves will get it back going again here with Kate Gregory.
Kate Gregory loves aerials. I'll be surprised. Oh, I was gonna say I'd be surprised if she didn't push it up, but she didn't.
Kate Gregory got a assist on a game-winning goal against the Trinity College Bantams. And that was their 4th game of the regular season, a 1-0 victory over Trinity in Hartford, Connecticut, which is never easy to do. Claire Fitzpatrick will get it again on the restart. She'll bang it through, gets it to Tickner. Tickner's shot.
Great drive cross.
And it looked like it hit number 22, Kat Donahue, maybe right up in the hand. She looks a little shaken up.
Yeah, that was a great cross by Claire Fitzpatrick and a great stop by Emma Tickner too. Sometimes it's hard to catch, to stop those really hard crosses into the circle.
So Donahue looks like she's okay. She dons the mask, and Emily Batchelor will get the penalty corner going here for the Eves. Emily got her first varsity goal at Wesleyan. Also followed it up with a pretty good game here against St. John Fisher with a goal and an assist. And it's been a real nice addition to this Eve team as Welch tried to pass it across, knocked down by Gregory, chipped out of the shooting circle here by Hamilton. The Continentals will have it. Good defensive play there by Maura Holden, number 24. Now scooped up by Tracy Stafford down the left side here for Hamilton. But a nice steal there by the Eves and Charlotte Cooper. Cooper's got that great reach and good speed. It's been real impressive in the early going here for Williams. He's trying to get it through here with Catherine Torres, but it's given back to Hamilton, and the Continentals will go the other way here with Stafford. Taken back, though, by Torres. Nice pass up to Tickner up in midfield. Got a little caught between her legs there a bit, and that allowed the defense to come back with Kat Donahue to poke it away for a minute, but Williams getting it back here. Fitzpatrick, and Fitzpatrick gets called here, and it will be Hamilton possession. 6:22 to go here in the first.
Yeah, the Eves have had a lot of really great opportunities so far, but I'm actually very impressed by Revel, the goalie for Hamilton right now. She's been making some really good saves, and really good saves with her gloves too, which is hard to do.
She's been tested a few times, the sophomore out of Stamford, Connecticut. Also got tested a lot versus Middlebury in a recent game. Had to make 10 saves. Had a 6-save effort against Amherst. Just played in a couple games last year, so getting a lot of action this year as Revel comes out to kick it away. Scooped up by the East and Morrissey, and comes out again, very aggressive.
Wow, that's pretty rare in a goalie to come out that far, to be that confident with herself and also with her defense. That's great.
Well, it does result in the penalty corner here for the Eves. This will be their 4th compared to 1 for Hamilton. See if the Eves can generate an offensive opportunity here with 5:42 to go in the first quarter. Emily Batchelor will set it up again here for the Eves. Tickner, Gregory, Perry all up top along with Morrissey. Claire Fitzpatrick off to the right here for Williams. Nice crowd on a nice night here in Williamstown, Mass. As Batchelor will set it up. Out to Gregory. Winds up.
Oh.
Fanned on it. Welch able to get it back in. Here's Isabel Perry. Trying to get one through, and Revel almost overcommitted there. Revel again trying to be aggressive, knocked away by the Eves.
Another corner.
And
See, now that whiff, if you will, by, I think it was Gregory, that happens, but it's just because she stood up a little too soon. So basically, when you're hitting a drive like that strong and that hard into the cage, you really can't stand up that fast. You have to stay low and really use your legs to get that in. So she'll definitely correct it for the next one.
And I wonder if you're an Eve player, if that kind of aggressiveness by Revel coming out like that, does that throw you off a little bit?
Definitely, because you don't see that very often. There are only a few goalies in general that are confident enough to do that, confident enough in their own defense. So it's definitely an intimidating factor.
Well, so far so good for her. She's been pretty strong in net here. The Eves looking for their first goal of this game. Hamilton holding strong. Is back with it here is Mary-Kate Sisk. Lost control. The Eves able to gather it up for a minute. Now goes out of play, and it will be Eve possession here. As the senior Isabel Perry out of Yorktown, Pennsylvania. Trying to flip it ahead for Morrissey. That missed, and Hamilton will get it back. So far, 3 shots, 3 of those on goal for the Eves. 5 penalty corners to 1, 3 saves for Revels so far. As call goes against Claire Fitzpatrick there, and Hamilton will get it just outside the shooting circle. Pass intended for Jatari, knocked away by Perry, and Jatari will take it back here for the Continentals. Jatari out of Warwick, Rhode Island. Played in a non-conference matchup versus RPI, which is not too far away from us, over in Troy, New York. A goal and 2 assists. One of a better game so far this year, and Jatari ahead with it here. And that call, though, this time will go against her, and the Eves will have it. Morrissey angled it right off of Madison Sackheim. She looks like she's all right. Looks like it hit her right in the leg. Isabel Perry on the lift. The flip up here to Claire Fitzpatrick. Got a few oohs and ahs here from the crowd. Here's Welch. Fitzpatrick, try to get it through, and it's knocked in wide of the net. After today, the Eves will be on the road in Waterville, Maine to take on Colby this coming Saturday. Game you can watch on NSN as that squibbles in on Revel. Revel looking to come out again and be aggressive here. And pays off for this time as Hamilton will get it back.
Yeah, Williams football is also at Colby. It's going to be a fun day. Fun day for sports in Waterville.
Eves will then have a couple at home with Skidmore on Tuesday, October 8th, and then Saturday the 19th against the Bobcats of Bates. And that, in fact, would be their final regular season home game, barring any potential home playoff that they could have here. And judging by the way they're playing so far, that looks like that could be a distinct possibility at this point. Here's Catherine Crane. Lost control. Welch able to knock it away. Crane gets it back, but she's surrounded by Eves. Closing in, Emily Batchelor. And Batchelor's hard work will get possession back here for Williams. We're down to 1:45 to go here in the first. Middlebury sitting on top of the NESCAC standings with a perfect 5-0 record in NESCAC play, 9-0 overall. You've got Tufts, Bowdoin, and Colby, and Williams. As Bowdoin, Colby, and Williams all 4-1 in league play, so a lot of teams playing really well.
I mean, yeah, I say it all the time, but that's what's so great about the NESCAC is that everyone's so even all the time. You really never know who's going to come out on top on a given day.
That's why it makes these NESCAC games so important, that you get the wins, especially at home.
Yep.
Just want to be in that top 4 to be able to get a home playoff game. Chitari will knock it ahead. And Chitari will push it back here to her teammate Mary-Kate Sisk. Get it going again. It's Madison Sackheim trying to get it through Morrissey there. Was able to do so on the second attempt, but knocked it out of play. Down to 12 seconds to go here in the first. The Eafs and Hamilton no score as Gregory pounds it ahead. For one last chance here for Williams, but looks like time will run out of them here in the first quarter. And just as I say that, Tickner and Fitzpatrick, dangerous duo coming down, and they could get something going pretty quickly, but no score here after one.
Yeah, I mean, I think Hamilton's defense is doing an incredible job getting the Eafs out of their circle, and definitely with a confident goalkeeper in there is helping a lot too. I mean, Williams has had a lot of opportunities, but I just think Hamilton's, especially low defense near the goalie, has been doing really well.
So no score between Hamilton and Williams here in Williamstown, Mass. We'll take a quick break, be back in about 90 seconds with more in just a moment here on the Northeast Sports Network. No score between Hamilton and Williams here on NSN. John Lawrence, Angelo Vecchiarelli, and Martin Fillion, our producer and cameraman here tonight. Eafs with 3 shots, 3 of those shots on goal, and 3 saves so far for goaltender Maggie Revel. And the Eafs the other way, Abby Lloyd, not seeing any action as of yet. And that's always a little bit tough, I would imagine, for a goalkeeper when you're trying to kind of get a feel for a game, at least to be able to touch the ball a little bit, get some action down to your end. It's got to be a little difficult.
Yeah, definitely, to have to kind of wait around and stay warm down there, especially as it gets colder and colder. I mean, she has padding on, but it still can get pretty chilly down there in the cage, so she's got to keep herself warm too.
Eafs with 5 penalty corners in the first compared to 1 for Hamilton, and the Eafs really pressing the play with some good opportunities on goaltender Maggie Revel, but Revel being very aggressive in that first quarter and coming out on a few occasions and surprising, I'm sure, the Eafs and surprising the broadcasters as well, as she did a good job. There's Morrissey the other way here for Williams. Gets it in deep to Tickner with a shot and a good
great save.
Yeah, with a left foot. Cleared up the middle to Hamilton's Tracy Stafford. Good pass to number 4. This is Sarah Pierpont. Pierpont's pass knocked away. Charlotte Cooper able to gather it up. Got another strong defensive play by number 10, Charlotte Cooper. You see her wearing that brace on the right knee, not slowing her down at all.
Yeah, she's had her struggles, but she's come out pretty strong this season, ready to finish off her senior year.
Isabel Perry in the shooting circle there, and play whistle down here against the Eafs, so Hamilton will have it just outside the circle. Charlotte Cooper played 11 games last year for the Eafs. Played her high school field hockey at Rye Country Day. called the Wildcats. From the Wildcats to the Eefs.
Big change. Big difference.
Eefs will have it up top here with Isabel Perry. Fitzpatrick and Tickner, the two players deep in the circle, as Morrissey unable to control that, and Hamilton will get it back.
The ref gave a green card.
To Siobhan Morrissey here for the Eefs.
Which I believe is 2 minutes, and the yellow card is 5.
So an opportunity here for Hamilton. As they are a player up right now.
Yeah, she might aerial or try to drive this down the field. Oh.
And a nice job by Emma Tickner to get control back here for the Eefs. That'll eat up a little bit of time off that green card on Morrissey. Torres had it. Knocked away from her, but the Eefs will get it back here with Isabel Perry. Torres. Try to flip it in deep to Fitzpatrick. Tapped in deep to Revel. Revel battling there with Tickner, and will come outside the circle here. Hamilton will get it, and a chance to move up here again. A player up.
And the height on Williams has really proven to their advantage, especially on the post on offense, because your field hockey team tries to put their tallest, strongest girls right on the post that they can almost block the goalie's view from any shots coming in. They tell their posts to often stand right in front of the goalie to block that.
And Claire Fitzpatrick, who's got some good size, like you mentioned, she's always up there, 5'9".
Yep.
Emma Tickner at 5'11", and definitely does make it a bit more challenging, I would imagine, for the goalkeeper to try to see through, especially we got little deflections coming in all the time too.
Right.
There's a chance for the Continentals here. Catherine Crane along the far side. Eves, though, doing a good job. Molly Lowe's over there, number 11, just came in. Oh, check that. That's Elizabeth Welch. Thought the 19 looked like 11. As Fitzpatrick able to break that up here for Williams. Pokes it up ahead. Perry trying to get a hold of it and does.
She's got a lot of room.
And a couple of players in front here on a 2-on-1. Here comes Fitzpatrick. He's got Tickner off to her right, but Revel will come out and kick that out of harm's way. Isabel Perry knocks that out of play, but it goes off of a Hamilton player, so Perry will get it back here on the near side. As Morrissey back in. So the player up situation. Got Hamilton in Eve territory, but now it will produce another penalty corner here for Williams. This will be their 6th. No real solid chances yet off the penalty corners for the Eves yet. Most of them chances have been off the rush here so far, but we'll see if that changes.
Yeah, again, I feel like Revel almost rushes them a little bit, knowing that she isn't scared to come out. Probably makes them try to move a little bit faster.
There's Torres to set it up. Gets it up top here to Welch. Tries to bang one through. Couldn't on the first try. Nice defensive work there by number 22, Kat Donahue. And cleared out, and Crane will take it.
Yeah, it was great defense.
Sarah Pierpoint weaving her way through the Eve defense. Placed that pass a little bit too far. Charlotte Cooper got there. Ran into Jatari, and the Eves will get it back here. Perry will move up, and we'll let Kate Gregory take it. Gregory with that nice lift, able to get it up to Fitzpatrick.
She has such a great aerial. She uses it a lot too, which is awesome.
Fitzpatrick pounds one through, knocked down. Another chance here for the Eves as Batchelor looking for a try there, and Revel able to knock it aside.
Yeah, sometimes when you lift your stick that high in the circle, it takes away time from you. For shots like that, you really want to She probably should have kept her stick low and maybe tried to push or a slap rather than a bigger drive.
Well, Emily Batchelor, who played field hockey and ice hockey at Phillips Andover Academy, was a co-captain of her high school hockey team, and also a big figure skater.
Wow,
when
I
she
didn't
was
know
young. So got a little taste of figure skating first, and then transferred over to hockey. As Revel comes out again aggressively, and Crane able to scoop it up along that right circle.
It's actually very interesting because when you think about it, field hockey definitely takes a lot of footwork and grace, and I think it makes sense.
Now Batchelor, who good chance there for the Eves, is Revel able to knock it away. Another penalty corner here coming up. The Batchelor, who did figure skating up until about the 5th grade and then committed to ice hockey after that, and then ended up being, again, the co-captain of our ice hockey team and been a terrific field hockey player here for the Eve team in her first year.
It's really cool. I love watching other teams defend corners, teams that Williams plays against, because I love watching their flyers, how quickly that first girl gets out on the ball, and Hamilton's been doing a great job with that, especially with Revel coming out so quickly too.
There's the setup to Perry. Perry flips it across to Welch. Welch try to wind one up. Tickner try to poke one through. That is blocked. As you mentioned, another good block. Revel able to kick that one away. And good work by Kiera Wax, the first year from Mohegan Lake, New York. She was right down low there and blocked, I think, that tip by Emma Tickner.
Revel must have a good number of saves already this game.
After one, it was 3-0 in favor of the Eves. I would imagine they probably tacked on at least 2-3 more after that. Look at the statistics here when we get a chance. 8:05 to go here in the second. The Eves have been pouring it on here. They've got 7 penalty corners to 1 compared to Hamilton. Right now it is 7-0 in favor of the Eves in shots and shots on goal. As Hamilton controls here and flipped ahead goes by Morrissey as the wind starts to pick up a little bit here. The sun has gone down, so not quite as warm as it was earlier today, and still a comfortable night as Isabel Perry gets it through. Morrissey with a shot, went right through the crease. Revel took a kick at it and just fanned on it, but luckily for her that shot was from an angle that was really tough to score on, as she had a deflection. Goes off of a Hamilton player here, and it'll be Elizabeth Welch up top here for Williams, as Simone Veal checks back into the game here for the Eves. Good work down low by Donahue. Donahue battling it over there with Eves Claire Fitzpatrick, and Donahue will come away with it here for Hamilton. Kat Donahue in her junior year. She's from Wellesley Hills, Massachusetts. And she'll get another attempt to get it up here toward midfield. And like we see with a lot of opponents against Williams, it seems like that first pass sometimes will work, but that second pass through the midsection of the field really is where teams get stopped against the Eves.
Yeah, their midfielders and their high defense plays really aggressively and really far up the field, and it's always worked in their advantage as far as I can tell.
It's got to be a freeing feeling, too, for the forwards, knowing that you have that kind of support back there so that if you do make a mistake,
yeah, definitely,
it's a good cover-up.
They can almost clean up their messes up there on offense, which is really awesome because they don't have to expend that as much energy. They can stay posted up near the circle.
Plus they can take a few chances offensively, too, as a Hamilton player getting knocked down there along the far side. Hamilton's Lizzie Clark here will start it back up.
Oh, it looks like she hit her own player in the hand there a little bit.
Yeah, a couple of Hamilton players here getting nicked up in the early going of this one. So a real bad one just over the course of the weekend with Middlebury College. One of the Middlebury players got hit close to the eye, and it was not good. I could see her holding on to the eye, so we're hoping that she's okay.
Yeah, field hockey balls hurt. They're so hard.
Sure do.
They hurt so bad. That's why a lot of girls end up wearing gloves on their hands also a lot of the time.
Pass up top here for the Eves as Simone Veal get a penalty corner here for Williams. This will be the 8th of the game here for the Eves.
I broke my hand twice in high school, both times playing field hockey. I had to get surgery and everything. I had to wear a glove after that. That's why you'll see, I want to say Emma Tickner wears a glove all the time.
You can see Catherine Torres, she wears gloves on both hands. And I'm really surprised, thankfully major injuries don't happen as much, but I'm really surprised that doesn't happen more often than it does.
Yeah, I'm surprised more girls don't wear gloves or anything like that.
It's for some protection on the hands.
Especially as it gets colder out, a lot of the struggles come from your hands being really cold, and also the reverb from the stick that you don't even realize happens until it gets really cold outside.
There's Isabel Perry. That's knocked away by Jatari, and kind of similar to when you're playing baseball, that reverb when you hit the ball. It's people don't realize how hard it is sometimes.
It's so much worse in the cold too. It's tough.
Here's Veal. Puts it into the shooting circle, goes out, and a chance here for the East down low here for Claire Fitzpatrick. Revel coming out. Veal gets it now. And that'll go in wide, but play whistle down before that here against the Eves, and Hamilton will get another good scoring opportunity here for Williams.
They almost got excited too soon there. Expected a goal. They were close, but.
Here's Kat Donahue here for Hamilton, as Revel looked like just doing a little maintenance in front of her own net. Lexi Takashima there for the Continentals, able to get it ahead, but Welch able to knock it down here for the Eves. Got Perry free to her right, but decides to go up the middle. Runs into Jatari, who's able to steal it, but then Welch gets it back. That goes by Crane, as chasing it down Molly Lowe's here for the Eves. Lowe's with some good footwork. Crane's trying to stay with her.
Yeah, taking it up the left side of the field takes a lot of skill.
Kicked away by Revel. Here's Veal with a shot, and Simone Veal will get it here for the Eves.
Wow. See, that was an example of Revel kind of taking that risk and it not working out for her. She came out really far. Simone Veal saw her opportunity and snuck it in right to the right side of Revel. That was great.
It should be Simone Veal's goal. That'll be her second of the year.
Goal by Simone Veal.
And Veal does get credit for the goal. Simone Veal. Give the Eves a 1-0 lead. The goal coming here with 3:19 to play in the second quarter. And that was the 8th shot on goal here for the Eves. All 8 of their shots have been on goal. And, you were wondering that with Revel, if the Eves would adjust to the fact that she was being so aggressive and maybe the Eves could take advantage, and able to do so there.
Yeah, I definitely think they did adjust a little bit, just having a couple more girls to the opposite side of the ball and a couple girls hanging out right inside the circle just on the off chance that there'll be a rebounder and an opportunity to pass it back up to the top. Worked out for them.
Well, the goal scored at 26-41. Simone Veal, her second of the year, unassisted, and the Eves here with a 1-0 lead. And getting possession back here. Well, Abby Lloyd thought she was going to get a little action there.
Yeah. It's good that it's not cold out yet because although she's like I said, super padded up. Once it gets chilly, it's tough to stand there like that.
Chance for Vandenbroek here for the Eves. And
oh, wow.
That could in fact be a...
Oh, wow. She just called a stroke.
So penalty stroke here for the Eves.
I love strokes. They're so exciting.
So it'll be Shea Vandenbroek
I think they're sending Gregory in to
Are they
take
going
it.
to send Gregory? Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, Allie Weiner. Allie Weiner must be their best stroker.
Junior out of Lutherville, Maryland. Will take it here for Williams. Chance to give him a 2-0 lead.
Something that I mean, maybe a lot of people don't know this, but when you take a stroke, one of the biggest rules is that you cannot make a sound on the ball when you hit it. That's why you'll see girls starting with their sticks right on the ball or approaching it really softly.
And Revel with a terrific save. Anticipated well.
Yeah, that was really great.
Yeah, it could be one of those things where you get some momentum back. You see Revel pretty pumped up, trying to get her teammates pumped up about it as well.
Yeah.
And we'll see if it translates into some offensive opportunities here for the Continentals.
Yeah, Allie Weiner took a risk sending it to the right hand of Revel. She's clearly a righty. I mean, usually you try to aim for their less dominant side.
Allie Weiner was 1 for 1 on penalty strokes so far this year, and she's been the only one to take one. They've only had one other this year. So now 1 for 2 on those. Good job by the Eves on the takeaway as Fitzpatrick has it near side. Madison Sackheim there defensively. She's able to do some good work, and Hamilton will get it back here with just under 2 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Eves with a 1-0 lead. On a goal by Simone Veal here in the second. Head with it Lizzie Clark, but Clark can't control. The Eves Emily Batchelor able to take it away, finds Torres. Torres right up the middle to Fitzpatrick, able to tip it into Vandenbroek. And we'll have a penalty corner here coming up. This will be the 8th here for the Eves. We'll check that. Actually, this will be number 9 here for Williams.
Yeah, Hamilton's flyers out of the goal so far have been looking really great. Definitely frazzling the corner squad here for Williams.
So Torres and Batchelor have traded off here on the penalty corners. This time Torres sets it up to Veal. Veal up top. Perry on the backhand. A little outside the circle there as it's chopped in. Veal looking for the deflection along with Torres, but unable to get to it, so Hamilton gets it back.
That was a rare opportunity where a lift like that wasn't called too high and dangerous, and where they actually had an opportunity to make it to take advantage of a high hit like that.
Simone Veal able to pop it ahead, but Jatari able to knock it down here. The lefty comes down the left side here for Hamilton.
It's so interesting seeing a lefty field hockey player. It's much harder to use the stick in your left hand because you have the curved part is going down. It's so much harder to stop the ball, not to mention to hit it. So it's impressive.
There's Charlotte Cooper here for the Eves with 32 seconds to go, up to Fitzpatrick. Now Vandenbroek as Revel comes out and kicks it away from her. Shay Vandenbroek has made herself known out there, the first year out of Darien, Connecticut. So we're down to 9 seconds to play here in the second. Williams 1, Hamilton nothing. Jatari able to pound it out. Cooper gets to it. And time will expire here in the second, but the Eves able to get a goal here in the second. Simone Veal, her second of the year at 26:41. And Williams here with a 1-0 lead here after 2. And what do you think of the Eves' play so far?
I don't know. I mean, I think they're doing really well keeping it in Hamilton's end of the field. Abby Lloyd, like you said, hasn't getting too much action. But Hamilton's defense has been really impressive. I just think that sometimes Revel needs to make the decision when she's gonna take that risk and when she's not, because already it's earned Williams a goal and a stroke. So I think Williams and Hamilton are both gonna make some adjustments here. Williams probably on their offense a little bit, even though they were able to score, and Hamilton hopefully on their defense.
Well, 10 saves for Maggie Revel in that first two quarters. And the East with 12 shots, 11 shots on goal, 9 penalty corners to 1 so far in the game. And against Simone Veal, the lone goal scorer here after 2. It's Williams 1, Hamilton nothing here from Williamson Field. We'll take a break here, be back in a little over 9 minutes for third quarter action coming up here on the Northeast Sports Network. Welcome back to Williamson Field here at Williams College. It's the Eves with a 1-0 lead here over the Hamilton Continentals after the first two. As we get set here for the third quarter here on NSN, Simone Veal getting the lone goal at 26:41 of the second, her second of the year and her 8th point on the year. And the Eves with a total of 9 penalty corners compared to 1 so far for the Continentals, as goaltender Maggie Revel has been quite aggressive in net, and it's worked out to her advantage on a few occasions. The one occasion on the goal by Veal, not so much, but did a real good job in stopping the penalty stroke against Allie Weiner here for the Eves, as teams will switch sides.
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised that Williams hasn't been able to score even more than they have with their one goal, considering how far out Revel comes and how many risks she takes. I think she's just kind of relying on the fact that they work out for her most of the time, and then takes that risk that maybe it won't.
And for Revel, she faced quite a few shots, 11 shots on goal, made 10 saves in the first 2 quarters. Again, 9 penalty corners to 1 compared to Hamilton, and we're set to go here for the third. Eves here with a 1-0 lead. John Lawrence, Angela Vecchiarelli, and Martin Fillion here on camera and producing tonight. Glad you could join us here on NSN, the Northeast Sports Network, as Emma Tickner will have to backtrack outside the circle. Actually, she'll give it up possession here to Hamilton. And the Eves look to get it back here, but Hamilton will take it with Tracy Stafford down the far side, right in front of the Eve bench. Got in front of Isabel Perry. Perry able to get the steal on the nice takeaway. But now the call goes against Perry here, so Hamilton will get it back. Continentals, who struggled to get any offense going in the first 2, will look to try to capitalize here.
It's pretty strange to see Simone Veal over on the left side of the field. I'm used to seeing her over here on the right, but it looks like Emily Batchelor has almost taken over where Simone used to play over on that right mid.
And Simone Veal is a junior, a little bit more experience there, so maybe that's the thought process to.
Yeah, definitely, because it's a lot harder getting it up the left side of the field because there aren't any lefty sticks. So in order to get your body around to carry it on the left side of the field, it's really difficult.
Eves get to it here. Allie Weiner takes control here for Williams, trying to get around Crane. The double team almost got possession back here for Hamilton, but Eves pass it through the middle, intended there for Torres. Knocked back here by the Eves, and Batchelor, who takes it down this left side. Batchelor. And came together there with Jatari, and Hamilton will get possession back here. Williams in 8 games, 29 goals, averaging 3.6 per game. And for Hamilton in 7 games, 20 goals, averaging 2.9. Again, the Eves at 7-1, 4-1 in league play, 3-4 for Hamilton, and 1-3 in NESCAC play. Welch try to get one through, knocked away. Good job by Hamilton's Lizzie Clark. Clark, who's in her senior year, she's from Larchmont, New York, which is down by Westchester County. Big hotbed for field hockey players and lacrosse players down in Larchmont.
Yeah, New York and Connecticut, I feel like, are the 2 most common states we see on these rosters. Massachusetts as well.
And Clark, who's got assists in 5 of her first 7 games here for Hamilton. Will work it ahead. A good steal there by the Eves and Emily Batchelor. And Batchelor will get possession back here for Williams as the call goes against Maura Holden, number 24. And lifted ahead here by Allie Weiner. Here's Tickner, an SCAC Player of the Week last week. Slid it through the defender's feet. Now taken back here by Hamilton. Good pass up toward midfield, and ahead with it, Maddie Beitler.
You really have to be specific and intricate with your dodges around the midfield against Williams defenders and midfielders, because their sticks are really quick and they get really low and stop those dodges.
Lizzie Clark able to get it through into the shooting circle, but the Eves will get it back here and chopped ahead here by Charlotte Cooper. Tickner able to settle it down. Battles there with Donahue for possession. Tickner has it. Flicks it up into open territory now here for Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick trying to chase it down, can't get to it, and Hamilton will get it back. So if you're head coach Melissa Mariano, really what do you say at the half to your players as far as trying to penetrate that midfield defense?
Yeah, I mean, they need to take their time more with their dodges, I think, and rather than just try to push it ahead into the Williams feet, because they're going to get their sticks down. Williams is really good at dodging the ball from their feet. They need to kind of take their time and think about what they're going to do, what kind of dodges they're going to use, and be intricate with it and focus on their stick work in the midfield, because if they just try to push it through Williams' legs, it's just not gonna work out.
Hamilton will take it now here with Lizzie Clark. Across the way now to Crane. Crane trying to get it through to past Charlotte Cooper, but Eve's able to grab it here as it's knocked out of bounds. Weiner had it, and it tipped off the stick of Tracy Stafford. And Weiner, who took the penalty stroke earlier today, will lift it up here to Emma Tickner.
Yeah, it looked like Emma Tickner, I think, just lifted her stick to stop that ball, which is fine, but I think she was just a little too close to the Hamilton player to consider that a safe lift of the stick.
Elizabeth Welch, double team there. Good takeaway by Hamilton's Sarah Pierpont. Sarah Pierpont, who's in her junior year, she's from Cheshire, Connecticut. Had a couple of assists in a game versus Amherst recently. 2 goals and an assist versus RPI. In a non-conference matchup. Here comes Emily Batchelor here for the Eves. It's got Tickner up ahead along with Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick gets to his shot there. Revel able to make the save.
Wow.
And a backhander is stopped in front by Hamilton's Kat Donahue.
Revel's defense really stepped up for her there. They saw that she took that risk and occupied the cage, which was really great.
Still a 1-0 lead here for Williams as Welch will take it up top here for the Eves. Welch out of Winchester, Massachusetts. Slid it over to Perry. Perry tried to get around Jatari, and Eves will get it back just outside the circle. Lifted in there by Simone Veal and deflected out of play off of a Hamilton player. Simone Veal playing in her 36th career game as a Williams College Eve. And we'll have a penalty corner here coming up for Williams. This will be their 10th of the game. Simone Veal, who played at Wilmington Friends School in Wilmington, Delaware. Senior year, her team went 11-2-2 on the year. She's one of the co-captains of her team. And has the lone goal so far here in this one. She's one of the setup options up top. But it goes to the right side of the circle. Flipped down to Fitzpatrick. Tried to one-time it in and just bounced over her stick, it looked like. And Hamilton will get it back. Fitzpatrick with 13 points so far, 21 shots, 5 goals and 3 assists so far for number 15 for the Eves. There's Elizabeth Welch. A couple of nice moves around defenders, able to get it into the circle. Flipped up there by Tickner, back to Welch, but knocked aside here by the Continentals. Play whistle down there against Perry as the ball flipped ahead by Pierpont. Eves get it back though, Torres. And that will slip through Fitzpatrick and go out of play. As Maggie Revel let it go. And Hamilton's Kira Wax, who made a real nice stop in the second on a shot, I believe, by Emma Tickner that managed to get through Revel, and she was there to make the stop. So it's been a team effort for Hamilton in this one to keep it 1-0.
Yeah, definitely.
The Eves have continued to press the attack. And look to do so again here as Gregory will take it right in front of her own bench. Gets that good lift. Trying to knock it down for Hamilton was Holden, and she's able to do it. Holden in her first year from Hingham, Massachusetts. Eves get it back. Welch with a little tip. But that call will go against Fitzpatrick, and Continental is able to work it through the middle, but again stopped this time by Isabel Perry here for the Eves. And here comes Isabel Perry. And she got shut down there momentarily by Jatari. Now Perry on the restart, trying to get it through, couldn't. Blocked by Wax. And Hamilton will get it back. Isabel Perry is from Yorktown, New York. 5 goals and 4 assists last year for the Eves. Had a stretch of 4 games where she scored in all 4, dating from the 15th of September to the 27th, including a 2-goal effort last year against Springfield. That one was here at home. This year they were on the road at Springfield. Cooper with a stop there, but whistled down against her now, and Hamilton will take it ahead as Sarah Pierpont able to put it into the circle. And this will result in a penalty corner here for Hamilton. This will be just their second. Had one early in the first. So perhaps Abby Lloyd here with an opportunity to try to keep this a 1-0 lead here for Williams. 5:11 to go in the third. Placed up top here to Clark. Clark bangs one through, looking for a deflection, and it will go in. And not sure if that was Jatari who tipped it.
Yeah, it tipped a few sticks before it hit the back of the cage. It looked like there were at least 2 or 3.
Or it could have been Pierpont there, but I believe it may have been Jatari who got it.
Goal by number 24, Maura Holden.
And I was wrong on both sides. It was Maura Holden who tipped it. You were right, though. There were a lot of sticks in the area.
Yeah, definitely. She lifted that drive a little bit, but it wasn't called dangerous. They stopped it in time for it to be dangerous and hit anybody, and worked out for him.
And although the Eves have really dominated territorially in this game, a 1-1 game now. Hamilton able to strike back on the goal by Holden.
Right, I definitely give Hamilton props because Williams hasn't let them down there too many times, but they really took advantage of that one time that they were able to get it in the circle. 4th
goal of the year for Maura Holden, ties it up at 1 apiece. Now we'll see if that spurs the Eves here to get a few more offensive opportunities. Is Fitzpatrick able to tip it? Across the way, I believe that's Veal. Passes it in deep into the circle, but knocked away. Nice job by Kiera Wax. I haven't posted the goal just yet here on the live stats, but they did announce Maura Holden, so we'll go with that for now here, and we'll see if there's any assists. Nope, just unassisted goal by Holden at 39:57. 4:08 to play here in the third. Here at Williamson Field. SCAC field hockey here on NSN. Has a good chance down low. Revel able to come out and knock that away from Vandenbroek, and Hamilton will get it back. Boy, Shea Vandenbroek has been on the doorstep a couple of times here in this game. Probably the 3rd good chance that she has had, but Revel has come out and thwarted her each time.
Yeah, it sounds kind of counterintuitive, but when a goalkeeper falls and dives as much as Revel does, sometimes it's useful to get the ball, kind of try to shove it near her to try to get it under her pad so that she can get called for a stroke and they can get that advantage if they're not able to get it in the actual cage.
Now the Eves, Simone Veal here in the corner, here for the Eves. And Simone Veal here will take it again. Looked like she slid just a little bit. And that pass missed here, so Hamilton will get it back. Goes through a maze of players here as Morrissey will knock it out of bounds here. Hamilton will take it again here, this time Jatari along the far side here for Hamilton. Jatari led this Hamilton team in goals last year with 16. She had 39 points last year. She was ranked 4th in the NESCAC in goals. Hamilton has it along the far side as that bounces off of a Williams player, so Hamilton will have it back up top here with Maura Holden, who's got the goal here for the Continentals. Holden across to Sackheim and back to Holden. Good pressure there coming from the Eve's Claire Fitzpatrick. Played up toward the top of the circle. He's able to knock it away for a moment there as Abby Lloyd comes out, and she's showing some aggressive play there and able to knock it away. Vandenbroek the other way here for the Eves. Fitzpatrick takes it. Hit it with the wrong side of the stick here, so Hamilton will grab it here with Kat Donahue. And we'll flip it across here to Sackheim. Madison Sackheim in her sophomore year. She's from Hamden, Connecticut. Eves have it here with Torres. Nice hustle there by Torres. Fitzpatrick now with an attempt to try to get it to Vandenbroek in front, but Hamilton will get it back here with 34 seconds to go in the third. It's been a fast-moving quarter here so far.
Yeah, definitely.
You and I were talking a little bit about the difference in the 35-minute halves as opposed to the 15-minute quarters. And,
yeah.
And so from talking to some of the players, what are their thoughts? Do they think that it's
yeah, I actually talked to a couple former Williams players, alums who have graduated, and they're pretty upset that this has happened. They think that it really messes with the momentum of the game because you have to start it up fresh from the middle every quarter, which means that if you have two players down by the goal doing a give and go about to score and then the quarter ends, they have to start all over and all of that momentum is gone. So versus the 35-minute quarters which would have allowed them to keep going. So I mean, I don't think it's too favorable. I don't think it would be favorable for me if I was a field hockey player right now either.
Well, we'll see how it works out here for the rest of the year. Right now it's working out pretty well for Hamilton here as they were able to come back and get a goal from Maura Holden. They did add an assist by Michaela Jatari at 39:57. The Eves scoring back in the second as they got their goal from Simone Veal. It's 1-1 here after 3. We'll take a quick 60-second timeout. Be back with the start of the fourth in just a moment here on the Northeast Sports Network. And welcome back to Williamstown, Massachusetts. A 1-1 game here in NESCAC Field Hockey here on NSN. John Lawrence, Angela Vecchiarelli, and Martin Fillion on camera and producing here tonight. The Eves find themselves here tied with Hamilton 1-1 as Simone Veal would give the Eves a 1-0 lead in the second, but coming back with a goal here a little bit later on, Maura Holden here for Hamilton. And despite the fact that the Eves have dominated in shots on goal and penalty corners, 15 shots compared to 1 for Hamilton, 14 shots on net, 12 saves though for Maggie Revel here for Hamilton, and 10 penalty corners to 2, but we find ourselves tied up at 1 apiece as we go into the fourth.
Yeah, this is a really important quarter, obviously for both teams, but for Williams, I mean, they are coming off a 7-game win streak, which is going to be super tough to lose against Hamilton, especially because I think they've beat a lot of really strong teams in the NESCAC so far, and to lose that eighth game they could possibly win would just be devastating for them.
Especially here at home, they want to keep racking up the wins here at home if they can, and put themselves in good position as they head down the stretch as far as getting that home playoff game. We'll have another penalty corner here. This will be the 11th of the day for the Eves.
Yeah, Hamilton definitely seems a little more hyped up now, too. A little bit more energy after that goal. They seemed a little bit lackluster, honestly, once Simone Veal had scored that first one. They're definitely ready to get another one right now.
Of course, that good penalty stroke save by Revel off of Allie Weiner, too.
That definitely pumped him up a little bit, too.
So Emily Batchelor here on the penalty corner. Again, the 11th of the day here for the Eves. Sent out to Welch, looking for the one-timer there by Fitzpatrick and just missed. Good set there on the penalty corner for the Eves, but again, just eluding them here, that bang-bang play. As Hamilton's Maura Holden up the middle. Welch was there to stop it. Flipped it head off the stick of Claire Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick trying to tuck it in toward the middle. That goes over the stick of Catherine Crane, number 17, and the Eves will get it back.
Great stick work.
Vandenbroek gets it in, kicked out by Revel. Boy, she kicks it out with authority, doesn't she?
Yeah, she really does. Very confident.
Play whistle down here against the Eves, and Catherine Crane will take it here for Hamilton. Up the middle, Welch there to stop it. Tried to play it in the middle to Gregory, but Jatari is there to knock it away. Always easy to spot Jatari out there, the left-handed stick.
Oh, yeah.
So never have to worry about seeing her numbers way out deep. Here's a shot in, and a great save there by Revel off of Claire Fitzpatrick.
Another high save. That was really great.
Here's Simone Veal up to Gregory. She got tied up, and a nice job by Kat Donahue defensively. Now brought ahead by Mary Kate Sisk. And she will join play up top as Crane will look to advance it. And that call will go against Mary Kate Sisk. And Welch will restart it here for the Eves. Elizabeth Welch, who's from Winchester, Massachusetts, had a couple of goal effort against the Springfield Pride. Last year getting her first varsity goal against Mount Holyoke in a 3-0 victory for the Eves. There's Donahue in her own back end being pressured here by Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick got a piece of it with a stick.
Yeah, Claire Fitzpatrick doesn't want to see anyone passing the ball through her scoring circle.
Yeah, it seems like she always gets a little piece of something.
Yeah, she's really long and is able to kind of get that next step in front of her defender.
The difference with Tickner and Fitzpatrick out there, you see them sometimes they'll just take the ball and just throw it in an open spot.
Yep.
As, okay, got a little worried there. I saw Kat Donahue kind of holding her face, and
it looked like I think it hit her shoulder or like the top of her arm.
I was going to say Fitzpatrick and Tickner, when they throw the ball out into those open spaces, they seem like they can outrace the competition there more often than not.
Yeah, definitely. They're both, again, really long and athletic and able to get that long stride ahead.
Well, Fitzpatrick with another chance there along with Shea Vandenbroek. And again, kicked out by Revel, and Kira Wax will restart it here for Hamilton. Just under 11 minutes to play here in the fourth. A 1-1 game here between the East and the Continentals. Again, two teams that have traded off victories in the last couple of years. Hamilton winning last year, the East winning the year before, Hamilton winning the year before that. Overall record, though, the East 7-3 all-time against Hamilton. Been playing each other since just 2009.
Yeah, Coach Mariano, too, with just your second year of coaching, it seems to be definitely improving Hamilton. I think they seem to be kind of putting something together, maybe even a little bit better than last year.
Last year, first year for her, they went 10-6, 6-4 in NESCAC play, and hosted a conference championship quarterfinal for the third year in a row.
Yeah, which is great for a first year.
For sure, and want to just continue to improve here, and again, struggling a little bit in NESCAC play 1 and 3, but as you mentioned, that the teams are just so tightly competitive. It's really tough. If you make just that one little mistake in a game, it can cost you.
Yeah.
Pass for Vandenbroek, now Fitzpatrick.
Oh, wow. Little pass to herself. That was great. Couldn't quite get to it, though.
It's fun to watch those skill players do skill plays like that.
Yeah.
And when it really works, it's really fun to watch.
Yeah, definitely. That quick stick work, those dodges, is really fun.
Stafford up to pure point. She can't control. Morrissey gets there. And that goes off the stick of Simone Veal. That was bouncing a lot. How she even got her stick on that to begin with was pretty remarkable.
Yeah, that's definitely a skill. It takes a long time to develop, too.
Great hand-eye coordination as Jatari with good hand-eye coordination there, able to feather one through, but Batchelor there to knock it down.
Oh, wow, that was a great drive.
And a nice job to get around Maddie Beitler, too. So Beitler looked like she was thinking she was going one way, went the other, and managed to get around her pretty nicely. Here's Kira Wax. That's stopped here by the Eves. Fitzpatrick in the corner here for Williams. Plays it up toward the top of the circle, knocked out of there by Hamilton. And Maddie Beitler now has got some room.
She's got to send it ahead, yep.
Welch hustling back there for the Eves to try to even up the score. Charlotte Cooper. Can't get it by Stafford. Now Stafford across for Beitler. Beitler gets it into the circle, swept back out here by the Eves. Getting to it, Lizzie Clark. And Maddie Beitler will take it just outside the shooting circle. Just under 8 minutes to play. Nice job by Cooper knocking it down, and she'll flick it out of play here for the Eves. Here's Kat Donahue. Now Michaela Jatari. Slides it in deep here. Lloyd able to kick it out.
Definitely an opportunity and a good save there.
Here's Jatari. And this time it will be called here against Jatari, and the Eves will get it back. It's good pressure by Hamilton there the last minute or so, but the Eves able to survive. As Allie Weiner here will look to lift it ahead here for the Eves. It's got Catherine Torres set up a few meters in front of her. See if that's where she flips it to. Oh, she goes over to the right side here and eludes its intended target, Simone Veal, but she was pretty well covered by Mary Kate Sisk. Whistle down against the Eves. That goes off the stick of Pierpont, and Pierpont gets called here, so Morrissey will take it here for the Eves.
It seems like teams are realizing more and more just how quick and athletic Simone Veal is, and they seem to be putting their quick players on her too and getting good defense on her to try to restrict her play.
Played up toward midfield. Michaela Jatari, though, able to control it here for Hamilton. Try to get around Elizabeth Welch. Couldn't do that. Welch able to take it away, and now a nice pass up to Tickner. Leafs were trying to go 2-on-2 the other way, but a nice job by Donahue just to slow Tickner down enough and allow some of the midfielders to get back here for Hamilton. Madison Sackheim along the far side in front of her own bench. She'll flick it out of play. The Eves will get it here with Morrissey. Siobhan Morrissey, who got her first varsity goal last year against the Mammoths of Amherst. Down to 5.5 to play here in the fourth. 1-1 game here between Hamilton and Williams here on NSN. Tuesday night here, field hockey from Williamson Field. Lifted up ahead here by the Eves off the stick of Fitzpatrick. There with Kiera Wax, and Wax will come away with it here for Hamilton. Kiera Wax in her first year out of Mohegan Lake, New York. Went to Lakeland High School. She played on a club team for a number of years down in Mohegan Lake. As Wax comes away with that again here for Hamilton. Flipped up the middle off the stick of Maddie Beitler, and the Eves get it back. Here's Torres. Gets it up to the top of the circle there. Fitzpatrick fishing for it, just couldn't get to it. And Hamilton will get it back. Simone Veal for the Eves. Maura Holden here for Hamilton. Eves now with 15 shots compared to 2 for the Continentals. 16-2 the shots on goal. 14 saves, which would be a career high here for Maggie Revel. Fitzpatrick looking to chase it down. Wax there defensively for Hamilton. Try to flip it into the circle. Knocked out. Jatari there. The Eve's Isabel Perry will come away with it here for Williams. Here's Simone Veal in the corner. And Maggie Revel will let it go.
Running out of time here.
3:39 to go here in the fourth. Struggling with that was Tracy Stafford. She had 3 Eves around her, gave it up for a moment. See if the Eves can get it back. No, Jatari will take it along the far side, and she'll lift it up on the backhand. Good pass up to Maddie Beitler, but Beitler can't get around Allie Weiner. Check that. That was Torres who had control at midfield, and now Hamilton will have it at midfield. Swept across here to Crane. And the call goes against Emma Tickner there, and Crane will have it again. Went right off the hands of Emma Tickner, and she had the glove on there, but I'm still sure that smarted Emma Tickner. She is a trooper and trots right back into play. Lifted up by Weiner, tipped there by Tickner. Here's Torres. Hamilton will get it back here with Catherine Crane. 2.25 to play here in the fourth. Tied up at 1 apiece. As Charlotte Cooper back to play it. Cooper. Crane able to stop it. Now Batchelor able to get it over to Tickner.
Great stick work by Emma Tickner.
Stolen by Donahue. And a nice job there by Beitler, well, at least initially, but was out of bounds. And Weiner will take it on the restart here for the Eves. Cross for Simone Veal, but tipped with a stick there by Sackheim. And this time Jatari gets called. Here's Tickner with a attempted deflection. I don't think she got a piece of it here as Revel let it go. 90 seconds to go here in this one. As Catherine Crane gets tied up with there by Emily Batchelor. And a green card here against Batchelor.
Wow, that is not what you want if you're a Williams player right now.
So the Eves player down here. They were earlier in this game too. Siobhan Morrissey got a green card. But Hamilton unable to capitalize on that. See how the Eves defend this. Catherine Crane. Across to Holden, who's got the Hamilton goal. Now to Sackheim. Good defensive work there by Simone Veal, helped on the takeaway. Now Veal open to the right side, but it's played into the middle.
Oh,
a chance here deep for Tickner.
Corner!
And the 12th penalty corner
Wow.
coming up here for the Eves. With 1:04 to go here in the fourth. Huge point of this game here. Claire Fitzpatrick here talking with Emma Tickner, and it'll be Catherine Torres here to set it up. We've got Veal, Fitzpatrick, Welch, Perry, and Tickner all out there. And Torres will set it up. Plays it out to Perry. Perry to Welch. Welch with a sidestep takes a shot through. It's knocked down by Fitzpatrick. Another chance for the Eves. And Revel able to stop it. And
oh, wow. They were looking, they could have hoped to get another corner out of that too, but it was coming out. That was disappointing for the Eves.
So Jatari has it here with 37 seconds to go. There's Elizabeth Welch. Pounds one through.
Wow, great stop.
And that was Perry. Now in deep to Fitzpatrick. A shot partially blocked there and knocked away by Crane. All right, some great opportunities here for the Eves late in this game. 6 seconds to go. Perry tried to get one through. Gets it out in front. Knocked away. Welch has it. And time expires here in regulation, and the Eves and Hamilton at 1-1.
Wow. I mean, we weren't fully expecting that Hamilton goal with the amount of opportunities that they were getting. They weren't getting many, but they really stepped up and took advantage of that one opportunity, and now Williams is definitely in a real tough situation.
So 1-1 here after 4, and we'll go to overtime here in this one to try to decide it. Eves getting a goal from Simone Veal. Maura Holden, the goal scorer for the Continentals. And this one tied at 1 as we get set for overtime. We'll take a quick break here. Be back in roughly around 4 minutes for the start of the overtime. It's 1-1 Hamilton and Williams right here from Williamson Field. Back in a bit here on the Northeast Sports Network. Welcome back to Williamstown, Massachusetts. The Eves and the Continentals tied at 1 apiece. Simone Veal and Maura Holden, the 2 goal scorers. So we ended up regulation with the Eves with 23 shots to 2 compared for Hamilton. 21 shots on goal for the Eves. And a career-high 18 saves for Maggie Revel. On the one side, Abby Lloyd off to our left here in overtime. Made 1 save through regulation. And it's kind of like watching one of those hockey games where ice hockey where you have a team that really dominates territorially, but they stick around. It's 1-0, and you kind of get a little uneasy going, boy, this could really go back the other way, and sure enough, it did.
Yeah. Wow.
Eves with a big lift here as...
oh, yeah. See, they're playing 7v7.
So a lot more open space out there with the...
A lot more running, too. 10 minutes is a long time to play 7v7.
So Isabel Perry up to Claire Fitzpatrick. One-on-one here with Donahue. Fitzpatrick, and just unable to keep it in play there, but good speed down that left flank by...
Yeah, Fitzpatrick loves using the end line. When she's down in the circle. Sometimes, though, she just misses it and it slips out.
Fitzpatrick with a slip and fall there. Tickner with a slip as well. And ahead with it comes Lizzie Clark. And, boy, this is where the conditioning really comes into play in a situation like this. Especially at the end of a game when you're probably pretty well spent already.
Yep.
Here's Jatari.
Oh, wow.
Jatari with a try there, and it's deflected in front by Hamilton's Sarah Pierpont. Actually, they do say it went off of a Williams player, so it'll be Hamilton possession.
Yeah,
nope.
see, no, you saw it right. You saw it right.
Thought it did go off of Pierpont, but
it looked like she was trying to stop it, but it just ricocheted a little bit.
Pass for Tickner went by her. Holden, the goal scorer, able to get it up to midfield. A little indecision there, but the Eves able to get it. Between Welch and Weiner, and works out okay for the Eves, though, as Weiner will take it left side here for Williams. Weiner trying to get one into the circle. She tripped and fell. I've seen a few little slips here late in overtime. Here's Perry. Gave it away to Jatari. Jatari's pass for Clark. Good hustle back there by Isabel Perry for the Eves.
Seven v 7, you really have to take advantage when the other team seems a little bit tired. Girls who were just playing offense, who suddenly have to switch to playing D, definitely have to creep up on them and use your speed against them.
I can see one player out there, Lizzie Clark for Hamilton. Looked like she was trying to catch her breath a little bit, so maybe a chance here for the Eves to take advantage of that.
Williams is a pretty well-conditioned team as well.
I played tag with my niece this weekend. I was exhausted. So I don't know how these young ladies do it.
I'm retired from basketball. I go up the stairs to my apartment, and I'm winded now. So.
Okay, I don't feel so bad now. Here's Isabel Perry up top. Perry with a chance here for the Eves.
Wow. Oh, that was a great cross, and they'll get a corner. Wow.
And this will be the 13th of the game here for Williams.
This is big. They still have 3 players in the goal with Revel, but she's going to have less help overall. She's going to have to kind of maybe not take as many risks overall as she has been.
So you got 5 players up there for the Eves. Just 2 back, including the goalkeeper, Abby Lloyd. So the Eves will see what they can do here to take advantage. Welch out top. Flips it across to Tickner. Tickner with a shot. That is knocked down by Hamilton.
Another corner.
Yeah. Number 14. Revel in a discussion here with her junior defender, Kat Donahue. As Isabel Perry will set up the penalty corner here with 6:29 to play in overtime. Pass out to Welch. Across the way now to Tickner. Tickner winds up. Revel able to make the save. Tickner again. Revel able to come out and make the stop.
Revel really came out there.
Here's some of the fans to the Eve players to continue the pressure here, but now the pressure will be off a little bit of Hamilton as Kat Donahue will restart deep in her own end.
Oh.
And that call that time goes against Jatari, so Isabel Perry has it here near side for the Eves. Will slide it into the corner now to Welch. Elizabeth Welch gets it in deep right along the goal line. Welch with a try there, and just missing were two players for the Eves. Looked like Perry and Batchelor.
Looked like a great cross. I think it might have been even a little too quick. I think she could have overestimated the amount of pressure right in front of the goal.
Eves have had the better of the pressure. They've had two penalty corners here in overtime, but still tied at 1 apiece here with 5 minutes to play in overtime. As Welch gets backed up a little bit. One-on-one here with Pierpoint. Sarah Pierpoint falls down.
Oh, wow.
Now gets it back.
Oh, this is just a race.
Pierpoint, nice stop there by Charlotte
Great
Cooper.
stop by Charlotte Cooper.
Across the way now to Perry. Perry with a nice move around Jatari. Flipped up ahead, and Fitzpatrick comes down on a 2-on-1. Fitzpatrick with a shot, and she just missed it. Hit it. Looked like she kind of skimmed right off the top of the ball.
Yeah, it looks like she just kind of misdirected it, but also just hit the. You're right, the wrong part of the ball to get it to go where she wanted it to.
Joined on a 2-on-1 there with Simone Veal. Isabel Perry knocked away by Wax. Wax through the middle. Welch couldn't get to it. Jatari able to feed it into the middle now to Stafford. Another good job there by Cooper. Wax will send it into the corner, but unable to get there was Tracy Stafford. And the Eves will get it here with 3:30 to play here in overtime. Lifted by Welch. Wax able to stop it. Play to Jatari. Kind of flipped up off the stick of Veal into Jatari's face, but she looks to be okay. Here's Welch. Pass somehow.
Great save. Oh.
And I don't know how Claire Fitzpatrick got to that.
Yeah.
I thought for sure that was going out of play. Eventually did, but.
So what's great about field hockey also is that your feet can be out while the ball is in, and it's legal.
Madison Sackheim now. Good job by Veal to slow her down. Sackheim into the middle here to Clark. Got Jatari to her left. Battling there with Fitzpatrick. Clark will come away with it here. She'll have to back it up. Izzy Clark flipping it through, and that was going to be a tough play there in deep for Stafford, who was well covered.
Yeah, with only one person down there on the post, she was really taking a risk by sending it in that early.
And good thing for Hamilton there that it went off of an Eve player because they got possession back, and now Wax will take it here near side. Wax whacks it ahead, and Simone Veal was there to stop it, but she gets called here, and it'll be Lizzie Clark to put it back in play. Kira Wax sends it through. And the Eves will get it here with 1:45 to go. A little bit of time here to try to generate another chance.
Definitely enough time.
Trying to sneak one by Maggie Revel. She's only let in that one goal, and the second by Simone Veal. That's been it. Despite the fact the Eves have just poured on the shots here in this game. Played across to Wax. He's got some open room. Now Isabel Perry comes out to meet her. Good job to get it into Clark. Now scooped up here by Lexi Takashima. Eve's able to knock it out there as Wax has it near side. A minute to go here in the overtime. Tied up at 1 as Welch with a good job defensively there for the Eves, and Williams will have it.
They definitely have enough time. It'll just come down to their midfield play right now to get it down to the circle.
Perry lifts it ahead to Fitzpatrick and went off of her feet now to play. Of course, you can't
Great
kick.
stop.
And that is knocked off of Fitzpatrick's stick, so the Eves will have it here with 13 seconds to go in the overtime. Perry.
Great hit by Isabel Perry.
And time expires here in overtime. The first overtime will have another one here coming up. 1-1 here between Hamilton and Williams here on NSN. Simone Veal and Maura Holden, the 2 goal scorers. I'll take a quick break here. Be back with the second overtime in just a moment. This is the Northeast Sports Network. Welcome back to Williamson Field. The Eves and the Continentals tied at 1 apiece. John Lawrence, Angela Vecchiarelli, and Martin Fillion here on camera and on producing as we're set for the second overtime here on NSN. And a dominant performance here by the Eves, but just unable to solve Maggie Revel here in this game, except one time on a goal by Simone Veal, her second of the year. 27 shots to 3. 23 shots on goal for the Eves, and all 3 of Hamilton's shots have been on goal, so 20 saves for Maggie Revel in this game.
Now, if Hamilton scores during this overtime, that'll be huge. I mean, to go against a team that shot 20-something times to your only 3 shots is just incredible.
So another 10-minute overtime here, 7 versus 7. Kira Wax will put the masks here behind the goaltender Maggie Revel. And Kira Wax not getting those back quite enough here, so the official getting Maggie Revel to kick him back behind the net. There's Michaela Jatari here for Hamilton. Down the left side there with Isabel Perry. That'll go out of play off of Perry. So Jatari here to start it back up. Perry joined here by Fitzpatrick. And also Shea Vandenbroek. Vandenbroek's had quite a number of good looks here. We'll see if she gets another here. Revel comes out, though, with a big stretch to make the stop. On that cross there by the Eves. She misses that. Vandenbroek's probably got a wide open net.
Yeah, they really need to work on crossing the ball right after it comes off of Revel when she does make those dives, because if they get that rebound and cross it, they'll have a wide open net.
Simone Veal back for it, battling here with Tracy Stafford. Stafford comes away with possession here for Hamilton. And just outside the circle here, Jatari will restart it here for Hamilton. And we'll have a penalty corner here for the Continentals, just their 3rd of the game. So after the Eves got 2 penalty corners in the first overtime, Hamilton now with a chance to set up a good play here. Abby Lloyd talking to her defenders.
And Abby Lloyd doesn't take as many risks as Revel does, but Williams' low defense definitely supports Abby Lloyd just as much, so we'll see.
So 3 defenders and Lloyd back in net. 4 out there as Jatari has it up top. Across the way for Lizzie Clark. Her initial shot blocked, that's thrown in and knocked in just wide of the net here by the Continentals.
That was a great cross. There was just no one on post. If there was someone on the right post there, they would have had it.
Shea Vandenbroek here, near side for the Eves. Joined by Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick, I think one of the only players that's been out for both overtimes now. Vandenbroek, and that'll be whistled down here against the Eves. There's Kat Donahue. 8 minutes to play here in the second overtime. Kira Wax, met by Isabel Perry. Perry looking for the takeaway and gets it. Perry with some good speed, able to race around Wax. Isabel Perry trying to get one through.
Corner!
Penalty corner here for the Eves. Just got into the shooting circle. Give the Eves the penalty corner.
Yeah, she was right outside. That was almost, or right inside. That was almost debatable.
15th penalty corner here for the Eves. And unlike Williams, the Williams defenders who did not put on the masks, Hamilton donning the masks here on the penalty corner. The 3rd here for the Eves in 2 overtimes. Flipped out up top here to Veal. Across the way to Welch. Welch lines up. She shoots, and it hit the post. And that is flipped in wide.
They again, I mean, it looked like they were celebrating early. I understand because it hit the post. But they got to keep their sticks down.
Now, Maura Holden was in backing up Maggie Revel. I don't believe she got a piece of it. It looked like it did hit off that post.
Yeah.
But that close to giving the Eves a victory here is Vandenbroek with a chance, and that is kicked away by Revel.
Simone almost snuck in there and got a similar goal to her first one.
And a penalty corner here, 16th of the game here for the Eves. Just under 7 minutes to play here in the second overtime. 1-1 here between Williams and Hamilton here on the Northeast Sports Network. Eves traveling up to Waterville, Maine for their next game on Saturday. Back for 2 versus Skidmore and Bates. Trying to win one here at home against a NESCAC foe, and it's been a very pesky one here tonight in the Continentals.
Wow.
Veal has got to backtrack.
She totally made up for that.
With some good hustle, and that is kicked out of there. It looked like it, thought it kicked out of there by Fitzpatrick initially, but it will be a penalty corner here for Williams. A late call by the official here, but a good one, at least if you're an E fan, and
Yeah.
17th of the
I'm
game.
not sure even what that call was, because it looked like a pretty forceful kick outside of the circle. It looked like, but it looked like a purple jersey kicking that out.
I thought it went off of Fitzpatrick. But my eyes have deceived me before, so could have deceived me there. As,
Oh, wow. They called one of the defenders in the cage for a false start, and now they have to send her back, which means they'll have one less defender in the cage.
So Wax and Donahue will be the only 2 defenders other than Revel.
That's a big call in a game like this.
And the Eves have up top Welch, along with Simone Veal, Vandenbroek, Claire Fitzpatrick, and Perry to set it up. Here's Welch. Welch gets it back, takes the shot. Initial save by Revel. Revel trying to clear it up. The Eves put it in. It looks like Isabel Perry will get the goal for Williams.
The whole team's storming the field right now. This is Abby Lloyd sprinting from the other goal. Wow. That was great. There was just such a big mess of girls right in front of the cage. I could not see who had their stick on that at all.
And I think it was Perry who will get the goal, and it will give the Eves their 8th consecutive win after an opening day loss to Tufts. They win a very important NESCAC matchup here against Hamilton, 2-1 in overtime. And we'll get the official word here on the score here by the Eves, but if it in fact is Isabel Perry, that'll be her first of the year. And the Eves, who just dominated.
Goal by number 16,
And it is Isabel Perry who gets the goal. Again, her first of the year. 30 shots total for the Eves, 25 on net. And what a performance by Maggie Revel. She was terrific in the loss.
Oh my God, yeah, she really is one of the most aggressive goalies I've ever seen, and it worked out for her, honestly, most of the time. A lot of their Hamilton's issues seem to be coming from their offense, not being able to get it down into Williams' circle, really past half field.
Well, the Eves really had to work for this one tonight against a pesky Hamilton team, but the Eves come away with their 8th straight victory and will be on the road in Colby and Waterville, Maine coming up on Saturday. A game you can watch here on NSN beginning at 11 o'clock. The Eves improved to 8-1 overall, 5-1 in league play. Hamilton at 3-5 overall and 1-4 in league play. For Angela Vecchiarelli and for Martin Philly, and I'm John Lawrence. Hope you have a great evening. Again, the final score in overtime, the second overtime, Williams 2 and Hamilton 1. Have a great night, everybody. This is the Northeast Sports Network. Ask you that same question, but I'm sure the answer would have been no. Does that make up for it by the fact that they won?
A little bit.
A little bit.